Does your car's AC not blow cold even when you put it on max? Well, listen closely, because I'll reveal the AC secrets you don't know makes your AC blow twice as cold. Stick till the end, because the last one would make your ACs blow like brand new. Alright, let's dive in. Secret 15, using the correct window tint. Here's something that'll blow your mind. The wrong window tint is literally cooking your AC system from the inside. Most drivers think any dark tint helps cooling, but they're dead wrong. Let me explain why. Cheap dyed window tint absorbs heat and radiates it into your cabin, making your AC work 25% harder. The solution? You need ceramic or metallic tint, not that cheap dyed film that actually traps heat. Here's how it actually works. Dyed tint turns your windows into heat collectors, while ceramic tint creates a thermal barrier. Professional installers know this, but they'll sell you whatever makes them the most profit. Here's the kicker. Quality ceramic tint pays for itself in fuel savings within 18 months, because your AC doesn't have to work overtime fighting heat that never should have entered your cabin in the first place. But this next hack involves something you probably throw away every week. Secret 14, the dryer sheet technique. Did you know your car's AC vents are collecting dust and debris like magnets, and it's choking your airflow without you realizing it? But let me tell you the secret that detailing professionals use. Dryer sheets eliminate static charge that attracts particles to your vents. Here's what you need to do. Wipe your AC vents with a dryer sheet once a month to eliminate static buildup. And here's the kicker. The anti-static coating also repels future buildup, keeping your vents cleaner longer. Plus, your car smells fresh instead of like that mysterious funk that develops in AC systems over time. Trust me, this $0.50 solution works better than expensive vent cleaning tools and takes 2 minutes to complete. Speaking of airflow, wait until you see this next circulation secret. Secret 13, the Lysol disinfectant system. Here's something that'll shock you. Your AC system is probably growing mold and bacteria right now, and it's not just gross. It's sabotaging your cooling power. That musty smell when you first turn on your AC, that's literally biological contamination, reducing your airflow and making your system work harder. But don't you worry, because here's the professional cleaning secret that HVAC technicians use. Spray Lysol disinfectant directly into your AC. Intake while the system is running on recirculate mode. Start your car, turn AC to maximum cold with recirculation on, then spray Lysol into the intake vents for 10-15 seconds. And you know what else? This technique can improve airflow by up to 20% because you're eliminating biological buildup that's literally clogging your system from the inside. The best part? The antimicrobial coating also prevents future growth for months, keeping your system cleaner and your cooling more efficient. Here's the kicker. Professional duct cleaning services charge $200 for this exact procedure, but a $4 can of Lysol delivers the same results in your driveway. This next one would definitely surprise you. Secret 12, the sunshade thermal barrier strategy. Most people use sunshades wrong and wonder why their car is still blazing hot. Here's the professional technique that reduces cabin temperature by an additional 15 degrees. Use reflective sunshades on your side windows, not just the windshield. Here's why. Reflective sunshades on side windows block up to 80% of solar heat gain through glass. The trick is positioning. Place them on the outside of your windows when possible, creating an air gap that acts like double pane insulation. Trust me. This prevents heat from even touching your glass instead of just reflecting it after it's already warmed your interior surfaces. This technique can keep your steering wheel and seats touchable even after hours in direct sunlight. Anyways, if you haven't heard any of these car hacks before, kindly like the video. Tip number 5 would definitely surprise you. Secret 11, the oil circulation method. Here's something that'll shock you. Letting your AC sit unused actually damages it. Most people think they're saving their AC by not running it during cooler months, but they're literally killing their compressor with neglect. Here's the solution. Run your AC for 10 minutes every 2 weeks, even in winter. This circulates oil through the system, keeps seals flexible, and prevents the $800 compressor failure that happens when dried seals leak refrigerant. The heating and cooling industry knows this, but rarely tells customers because emergency repairs are more profitable than preventive maintenance. Want to know the best part? This 10-minute monthly ritual can extend your AC system's life by 5 to 7 years. Professional fleet managers religiously follow this protocol because replacing AC systems costs thousands per vehicle. If it's good enough for commercial operations, it's definitely good enough for your daily driver. You'd be surprised by this next secret. Secret 10, the recirculation hack. Think you know how to use your AC efficiently? Think again. Most drivers create a thermal disaster by leaving their AC on fresh air mode when they should be using recirculation. But here's the pro secret you need to know. That recirculation button with the car and curved arrow icon improves cooling efficiency by up to 30%. This simple switch transforms your struggling AC into an ice machine because you're working with physics, not against it. Well, here's how it works. Fresh air mode makes your compressor work overtime cooling, blazing hot exterior air. Recirculation mode processes already cooled interior air, reducing thermal load by up to 40%. Honestly, it's embarrassing how many people miss this basic step. But wait until you see what happens when you master the pre-cooling technique. Secret 9. The strategic parking technique. Here's something that sounds backwards until you understand the science. Park with your car's rear facing the sun whenever possible, and your AC will thank you for it. Most people do the exact opposite without thinking. Let me explain to you why. Your engine bay and AC condenser are located at the front of your vehicle. When you park rear first toward the sun, you're keeping the most critical cooling components in shade. The AC condenser can operate up to 20 degrees cooler using this method. Trust me, this isn't just theory. Studies show strategically parked vehicles maintain cabin temperatures 8 to 12 degrees lower after extended sun exposure. That's the difference between walking into a sauna versus a warm room. Sometimes the simplest solutions are the most effective. But what I'm about to show you next involves something hiding in your cabin right now. Secret 8, the hidden airflow problem. Your cabin air filter is quietly destroying your AC's performance, and most drivers have absolutely no clue. Here's the shocking truth that will change everything. A clogged cabin air filter can reduce your AC's airflow by up to 50%. Here's the solution you need to know. Pop open your glove box, look for a rectangular filter behind it, and see if it looks like it belongs in a construction site. If it's grey or black instead of white, it's literally choking your AC system. Here's why. 70% of cars on the road have cabin air filters that are overdue for replacement. Seriously, some of these filters could probably stand up on their own. The best way to fix it? Replace yours every 12,000 miles and prepare to be amazed at the transformation. But what I'm about to reveal next will completely change how you use your AC controls. Secret 7, the Japanese cooling method. Picture this. It's 95 degrees outside, your car has been baking in the sun for hours, and your AC is working harder than it should. There's a better way. Japanese engineers pioneered this brilliant technique that cools your car in seconds. Here's how it works. Before you hop in your oven-hot car, crack all 4 windows about an inch, start the engine, and blast the AC on max with fresh air mode for exactly 60 seconds. This forces all that superheated air out before you begin the real cooling process. Trust me, this method can drop interior temperatures by up to 10 degrees in just 10 seconds without using a drop of gas or straining your AC system. Next time someone asks why you're doing a car door workout in the parking lot, just tell them you're cooler than them, literally. But here's where it gets really interesting. Secret 6, the temperature setting hack. Prepare to have your mind blown. Setting your AC to maximum cold doesn't actually make it cool faster. In fact, it might be sabotaging your entire cooling system. Most people blast it to Arctic mode and wonder why their AC struggles. Here's the truth that automotive engineers know. Modern AC systems work most efficiently when set to your desired temperature, not maximum cold. When you blast it on max, cold, the system overcools, then works harder to maintain that extreme temperature. Now, here's the solution you need to do. Set your AC to a comfortable 68 to 70 degrees and let the system find its rhythm. You'll reach that temperature faster, and your compressor won't work as hard. It's like using a precision tool instead of a sledgehammer. You need to know that your AC compressor runs at the same capacity, regardless of temperature setting. The efficiency comes from optimal cycling, not maximum output. Why work harder when you can work smarter? Speaking of working smarter, wait until you hear about this airflow secret. Secret 5, the airflow direction revolution. Most people aim their AC vents directly at themselves and call it mission accomplished. Big mistake. Let me show you the technique that doubles your cooling efficiency and costs exactly nothing. Point your vents upward toward the ceiling, not at yourself. Cold air naturally sinks, so when you shoot that Arctic air up, it creates a circulation pattern that cools the entire cabin evenly. Point them at yourself, and you're just creating isolated cold pockets while the rest of the cabin stays warm. Here's the science of it. Upward angled vents reduce overall cabin temperature 15% faster than direct aimed vents. This creates a thermal cascade effect that pulls hot air upward while simultaneously pushing cool air downward for maximum comfort. Trust me, the physics doesn't lie, and this technique proves it. Can't argue with natural air circulation patterns that have worked for millions of years. But here's something even more critical. A leak that could be costing you hundreds. Secret 4, the silent system killer. This one's critical, and ignoring it could cost you thousands. Every time your AC loses cooling power, you're not just losing comfort, you're losing refrigerant, and that refrigerant takes precious compressor oil with it. Here's what 95% of drivers don't realize. Your AC system isn't just refrigerant and air. There's lubricating oil in there, and when refrigerant leaks out, that oil disappears with it. Run your system low on oil for too long, and your compressor will seize up. That's a $1,200 nightmare right there. If your AC takes longer to cool down, isn't as cold as it used to be, or makes unusual noises, get it checked immediately. A simple leak detection costs about $100 but saves you from a $1,000 disaster. Pro tip, many cars already have UV dye in the system from the factory. Get a cheap UV flashlight and check around your AC components. Any bright green or yellow glow means you've found your leak. Pretty clever detection method that costs less than 20 bucks. Now here's where most people completely mess up their cooling system. Secret 3, the RPM power amplification secret. Ready for something that sounds crazy but works like magic? Your AC gets significantly colder when your engine RPMs are higher. Let me explain why this changes everything about how you think about cooling. Your AC compressor is mechanically driven by your engine, literally connected by a belt. At idle, that compressor spins slowly and creates minimal cooling pressure. But rev your engine to about 1500 to 2000 RPM, and suddenly your compressor operates at optimal capacity. When you first start your car on a hot day, put it in park and gently rev to about 2000 RPM for 30 seconds. Watch your AC vents transform from lukewarm to ice cold almost instantly. This technique can drop your vent temperature by 17 degrees in under a minute. That's borderline freezing territory, and it costs exactly nothing but 30 seconds of your time. Here's the proof that'll shock you. AC output improves by 40–60% when engine RPM increases from idle to 2000 RPM. That's why your AC feels Arctic on the highway, but struggles in stop-and-go traffic. Makes perfect sense when you understand the mechanical connection. Commercial fleet drivers have used this trick for decades because keeping drivers comfortable means staying alert and productive. The coolest part? This works even better with older vehicles where the compressor-to-engine ratio was designed for higher RPM operation. But here's what mechanics won't tell you. This technique also prevents compressor clutch cycling that wears out your AC system faster. When you give the compressor optimal RPM, it runs smoother and lasts longer instead of constantly engaging and disengaging at idle. Advanced tip: combine this with the recirculation mode for maximum effect. The higher compressor speed plus recirculated air creates a cooling amplification that can drop cabin temperature by 25 degrees in under 2 minutes. That's colder than some refrigerators. But what I'm about to reveal next is something dealerships definitely don't want you to know. Secret 2. The condenser cleaning protocol. Your AC condenser is probably clogged with debris right now, and it's costing you serious cooling power. Here's the professional cleaning method that mechanics charge $200 for, but takes 10 minutes and costs almost nothing. That condenser, the radiator-looking component in front of your regular radiator, gets clogged with bugs, leaves, dirt, and road grime. When it's dirty, it can't release heat properly, which means your AC system works overtime and cools less effectively. Well, here's what you need to do. Grab a garden hose with a spray nozzle and spray from the engine side toward the front of the car. Use gentle pressure and watch years of accumulated debris wash away in minutes. The transformation is immediate and dramatic. Your AC goes from barely cool to Arctic blast after this simple procedure. The total cost? Just the water from your garden hose. Good luck finding a mechanic who'll tell you it's that simple. Here's what most people don't realize. Dirty condensers reduce AC efficiency by 35%. A simple cleaning can literally double your cooling capacity in under 10 minutes. Seriously, some condensers look like they haven't been cleaned since the Stone-aged pro tip. Do this every spring and fall for maximum efficiency, and your AC will thank you with years of ice-cold performance. The best part? Clean condensers also extend compressor life because your system doesn't have to work overtime fighting restricted airflow. The secret timing matters too. Clean your condenser when it's cool to the touch, never when it's hot from recent driving. Hot metal fins can warp under cold water pressure, turning a simple cleaning into an expensive repair nightmare. Here's the professional technique. Spray from multiple angles to ensure complete debris removal. Start gentle and increase pressure, gradually. One thorough cleaning session prevents 3 potential breakdowns, and your fuel economy improves because your engine doesn't work as hard running the AC compressor. And now, the #1 secret that even experienced mechanics are amazed by. Secret 1. The electronic system reset protocol. Here's the ultimate AC revival trick that can bring seemingly dead AC systems back to ice-cold life. It's called the thermal shock reset. And this hidden technique is buried in repair manuals that 98% of drivers never see. The average vehicle has up to 80 different electronic control modules, but most drivers have no idea they can be reset and optimized without expensive dealer visits. You're literally driving around with declining AC performance every day. Turn your car off and let it sit for exactly 10 minutes. This allows all pressures in the AC system to equalize. Then start the car. Turn the AC to maximum cold with the fan on lowest setting and let it run for exactly 3 minutes. After 3 minutes, slowly increase the fan speed to maximum over the next 2 minutes. Here's the explanation. The science works because AC systems have pressure switches and thermal sensors that can get confused by rapid changes. This reset procedure essentially reboots the system and allows all components to synchronize perfectly. Who knew bringing an AC back from the dead could be this simple? And if your mechanic quotes you $150 for an electronic systems reset, just smile and say, "I think my AC just needs to clear its mind." This technique works because manufacturers program diagnostic protocols into electronic control units, but rarely mention them outside technical service bulletins. These hidden commands can recalibrate system parameters and clear adaptive memory, issues that develop over time. It's like giving your AC's brain a fresh start. This procedure has saved countless drivers from unnecessary AC system replacements that cost thousands. The electronic learned behaviors in modern cars sometimes create inefficient operation patterns that need periodic clearing, just like restarting your computer fixes odd behaviors. Here's the kicker. This reset also clears error codes that aren't serious enough to trigger warning lights, but still affect performance. Your AC might be running in limp mode without you knowing it, reducing cooling capacity by up to 40% while you wonder why it's not as cold as it used to be. The timing is crucial for maximum effectiveness. Perform this reset after any major service work, battery disconnection, or when you notice performance quirks developing. Modern vehicles learn your driving patterns and adjust accordingly. But sometimes those learned behaviors become counterproductive and need a fresh start. Speaking of hacks that improves your driving experience, I have another video that has hacks that could save you thousands in car repairs and expenses. Click this video if you like saving money.